Welcome to www.happynumbers.org. Today's lesson, evaluating formulas, the area, and we're going to be looking at the area of a circle. Now we know the area is everything inside. Everything inside. Last session we looked at the areas of squares, rectangles, and triangles, and now we're going to look at the area of a circle. A couple of things. The formula for the area of a circle. The area of a circle is equal to pi. This is the Greek letter pi. It's spelled P-I, not P-I-E. So the area is equal to pi times the radius squared. Now pi is a constant that the ancient Greeks figured out, that it has to do with circles. And on the test they will always tell you what pi is equal. You will not have to remember, although you should know this, but you don't have to remember this. Pi is equal to the fraction 22/7 or the decimal fraction 3 1400. So you can use either value for pi to substitute in the formula here. And now the radius. Well, the radius of a circle is the distance from the center of the circle to the circumference of the circle. So the distance from here to here is called the radius. The distance from here to here is a radius. So the area of a circle is equal to pi, which is either 22/7 or 3 1400, and you will not have to remember this. This will be given to you. And the formula for the area of a circle will be given to you also. So all we have to do is to know how to substitute in our formula. Well, let's try for the area of this circle. Let's say the radius here of this circle is 7. Okay, so we know the area is equal to pi, and I'm going to use 22/7 because 22/7 times 7 squared, or 7 to the second power. So our area would equal 22/7 times 7 over 1. We can times 7 over 1, because this would be 7 to the second power, or 7 squared. Well, now we're just multiplying a fraction. We know we can say 7 goes into 7 one time and 7 goes into 7 one time. So now I have 22 times 1, which is 22, and then 22 times 7, 22 times 7, and 1 times 1 times 1 is 1, so we don't even have to put it there. So 22 times 7, I'll do that here, 22 times 7. 7 times 2 is 14, carry the 1. 7 times 2 is 14, and 1 is 15. So our area is 154 square. We'll say this was inches. Inches. Again, fairly simple problem. Let's just back up here. All we do is substitute in our formula. Area is equal to pi, and I used 22/7, times the radius, which was 7, squared. And we wound up with 154. If we had used 3 1400, let's try that. Area equals pi 3.14 times 7 times 7. Well, area would equal 3.14, and 7 times 7 is 49. And then, let's see, we had 154. Let's just put that there, so 154. Let's see what happens if we multiply 3.14 times 49. 3.14 times 49. 9 times 4 is 36, carry the 3. 9 times 1 is 9, and 3 is 12, carry the 1. 9 times 3 is 27, and 1 is 28. And now let's get rid of this. Now 4 times 4 is 16, Carry the 1. 4 times 1 is 4 and 1 is 5. 4 times 3 is 12. Let's add it up. 6, 8, 13, 5, 1. We have 2 decimal places. 1, 2. Now, we wind up with 153 and 86 hundredths. And if I rounded this off, 86 hundredths is closer to 154. So either way, using either way, we get the same answer. However, since we have a radius of 7, it was much easier for me to use 22/7. Let's take a look at one more problem here. Let's see what we have. Suppose we have a pool. We're putting a pool in, and we want to put a fence around it. And let's say that the radius of the pool is 10. Well, okay. Then I want to know how much, I'm sorry, not a fence around it. I want to put a cover over it. A cover over it. So I want to know how much material I need to cover, because I want to cover the entire pool. Well, that's the area I'm looking for. Well, the area is equal to pi, and we can use 22/7 or 3 1400 times the radius, and the radius is 10 feet here, squared. So the area is equal to 22/7 times, well, pardon me, 10 squared is 10 times 10, and 10 times 10 is 100. Now we're just sort of multiplying a fraction. And we would multiply 22 times 100 and 7 times 1. Actually, in this problem, it would have been easier for us to use the fraction 3 and 1 and 1400ths, because then we can just multiply 100 times 3 and 1400ths, and if we did that, 3 and 1400ths times 100, you know, we can put the zeros out there, 0, 0, 4, 1, 3, and we have 2 decimal places, 1, 2, and so our answer is 314 square, let's say this was feet, 314 square feet of material that we would need. Well, again, that is the formula for the area of a circle. You will not have to remember the formula, and you will not have to remember the value of pi. They will always give you the value of pi. They'll have probably 22/7 or 3 and 1400ths, and they will give you the radius. Well, that's it. Pretty simple skill set. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.